Am I the butthole for tapping my classmate with my foot and making him lame? Posted by u/Putney underscore I underscore kick underscore butt underscore knee throwaway for obvious reasons. I, 11M, was just hanging out when my classmate, 14M, sat down next to me. Let's call him Loserberg. I reached and just lightly tapped Loserberg with my foot, and he didn't seem to even notice. But then, a few minutes later, he started screaming and said that he had some kind of injury on his leg that I hit, and now his leg hurt real bad. What a drama queen. Anyway, he had to go home, and now everyone at school is saying I shouldn't have kicked him. But I say it was totally an accident. How was I supposed to know that he was made of frickin' eggshells? So, Reddit, am I the butthole? Update 2 days later. Wow, didn't expect this to blow up. I don't really go on Reddit much as an 1893 Wisconsin dairy boy, so apologies for the formatting. Wanted to answer a couple of questions from the comments. How is Loserberg doing? Apparently not too well, something about the foot tap reviving the microbes in the cut on his leg and destroying the bones. I don't even know what that means, LMAO, what a loser. I totally did not intend this to happen, and even if I did intend to kick him, I definitely did not foresee that this would happen. Where were we when this happened? We were in the classroom, but I don't really see why that should matter. I kick Loserberg on the playground all the time, and it's never been a big deal or anything. Anyways, my parents are saying they want to hire a lawyer and also that I'm losing all PS negative 200 privileges for a month. What the heck, man? Update 1 year later. Hey Reddit, sorry for not updating for a while. The lawyer my parents hired said I was totally incriminating myself or something and that I had to stop posting. Loserberg's parents ended up hiring a pretty good lawyer, I guess, because we went to trial and the jury awarded him $2,800. Unlucky for him, nobody gets one over on the Putneys, so we appealed and the court said he was a total butthead and remanded back to the trial court. We've got this one in the bag for sure. Update 2 years later. Well, that second trial didn't go quite as I had planned. The jury returned something called a special verdict on 7 issues and awarded Loserberg $2,500 again. Can you believe these people? Just because a guy goes a little lame shouldn't mean a second cooler guy has to pay $2,500. Just as an aside, the equivalent of about 25 months of work for an unskilled worker in my time, according to the University of Missouri. This thing has just really gotten out of hand, man. No worries, though. We're appealing again, and I'm sure the court is going to understand that I'm just a lil baby and had no idea a small tap with my foot could hurt this guy so much. Update 3 years later. Hey Reddit, me again. We went up to the Wisconsin Supreme Court again, and they said that I definitely am the butthole. Apparently, I have to take the defendant as they come and am liable for actual damages and torts not expected. I think I'm pretty much cooked, guys. Even though they admitted I never meant to hurt the guy, they said that because my contact with him was intentional and not appropriate given the context, I'm liable for battery. I think I've learned a real lesson about not being a villain and how the words of judges carry the implicit threat of state violence. Feeling pretty down, but on the bright side, a time traveler named Gerson came and visited me after the trial and said I'm a pretty big deal in the future, so that's cool, I guess. Update 50 years later. Narrator voice. Hey Reddit. Been a while, but I just logged back into this account and a bunch of people have been asking for an update, so here goes. Loserberg had issues with his leg for the rest of his life and had to wear a brace on his leg, but was otherwise able to function fine. He found a job with the Milwaukee Electric Railroad and Light Company, and I heard they went and promoted him to foreman a couple of years back. He's got a wife and 3 kids and seems to be doing well, though we didn't chat much at the Waukesha High reunion. Go fighting cows. I enrolled in the University of Wisconsin, but dropped out my sophomore year to move back home and run my family's store. After that, I met my lovely wife, and we moved to Milwaukee, and now I sell clothing and cars. Think this will be my last update. Thanks for all the karma.